I've mentioned this a lot in my videos, and I do this because this was honestly the most blindsiding thing that I could never have grasped. Today, I'm diving into a topic that doesn't get as nearly enough attention, and that is the harsh realities of being a UX designer. This is my experience, okay? I am not talking on behalf of all the UX designers in the world because honestly, that would just be very rude of me. So don't come at me, bro. Now, you've probably seen all the success stories and glamorization of becoming a UX designer to like the cool, sexy interfaces and easy work-life balance, working from Bali or Japan. I'm just here to tell you that that is not a reality for most of us. You're like, Mimi, hello, your YouTube channel only exists to talk about how to become a UX designer. But girl, I never said it was easy. But this is something I wish I knew before getting into a career of UX design, and that is that the journey is really tough. I have down days, okay? Sometimes I question whether or not I should be a UX designer, and I doubt myself all the time, especially in these moments that are like, whoa, no one told me about that, and if I would have known, maybe I would have done things differently. All right, so the first thing that really took me by surprise was the minute details. UX design is not just about making things look beautiful. Every tiny detail, from what a button looks like when it's clicked, when it's on hover, when it's disabled, serves a purpose and needs attention. Some days I freaking love it, okay? You're like, all right, let me overanalyze it. Let me see where the user goes for their happy path, their edge cases, errors. But some days I get to my desk and I'm like, it's just a tiny button. I don't care. Gah. And sometimes people question your choices of that baby button. And they're like, why'd you do that? What made you get there? How'd you do it? And you have to have a really strong foundation and an understanding of your users. Yes, it can be time consuming and frustrating at times, but honestly, it's not enough for me to be like, I'm gonna quit this career. Just something that I wish I knew a little bit earlier because I was like, wow, this is really getting into the weeds of things. And if that's something that you're not into, then run for the hills. Next thing that shocked me a bit was the pressure. UX design can be kind of intense at times. Not even just like in work, but outside of work, because everything's changing from like the trends to like the different design process to like knowing where you want to take your career. And it's like, man, when I log off work, I just want to like shut down my brain and like throw it in the trash can. Some points I think that I can't maintain a work-life balance because there's this pressure to constantly get better at designing and refining your process. I never realized that also people are looking to you to innovate. They're like, yes, you're like the art girl, right? Like you're the creative one. Art, graphic design. Yes, yes, yes. I love being in a creative role. That's like a big reason why I went into UX design. But sometimes I'm just like, dude, can we not look at me? And I get in a creative rut sometimes, like I can't help it. And it's even harder, especially if there's deadlines and stakeholders are like, when can we get the designs? Like send them already. And you're looking at your screen and you're like, I don't like these. I'm stuck. Don't look at me. When you have no choice because you're on a tight deadline and you put in your designs and you're kind of second guessing them and they're like, you know what, it's too late, they're out into the world, which leads me to the worst feeling ever that I was not prepared for, and that is imposter syndrome. This is a big one because despite my best efforts, there are days where I'm like, I am a fraud. I don't know if I have skills. I don't know if I'm talented. It's a very common struggle amongst UX designers, so I don't feel that bad about it, but it doesn't mean that it's not really tough to shake off. I've felt so embarrassed so many times in my career that honestly it feels natural. Mistakes I've made, or when someone comes to me and they ask me a design question and they're like, of course you know this. I'd love to get your take on it because you're the designer, and you're like, I literally don't have the answer. That at this point, I look at it as a way to grow my career, a way to challenge myself. Because if I succumb to it and really convince myself like, I'm terrible at my job, I'm never gonna get good enough, then I would just quit this career as being a UX designer. And I don't want that for myself. I've already come this far. Whew, okay, the next one, man oh man, bootcamp did not prep me for this. I've mentioned this a lot in my videos, and I do this because this was honestly the most blindsiding thing that I could never have grasped or truly understood how difficult it is until I did it in real life. And that is collaboration. So of course I understand every job works with people, but as a product designer in tech, there's this thing called the three-legged stool. You have to work with a developer and a product manager in order to get your product launched. So as you can tell by the sound of it, if one leg of the stool is shorter or one leg of the stool is cracked, then you can't use the stool, it sucks, the whole thing sucks. Basically, I'm tied ankle to ankle with these people and you cannot move unless you get agreement on things. Everyone, I'm telling you, everyone, including myself, has their own opinions. And navigating these relationships is seriously a talent that you cannot teach. So the more that you do it, eventually becomes natural to your workflow, but it's definitely something where I was like, whoa, let's hold on here. Like, collaboration is a huge part of UX design. Like, remember school projects? Did anyone actually like those? I don't know if I did. With all of these harsh realities of being a UX designer and things that I've learned along the way, I will not sugarcoat things because I keep it very real with you all on this channel. It's really tough to get here. I came to this career with zero experience of becoming a UX designer. If you're interested in a bunch of videos on how I got here, how I landed a job, etc., look in the descriptions. And I hate to tell you that yes, the journey to get here was really hard, but it doesn't stop there. And I've been in careers where every day was the same. And some people love that. No shade to that. But for me, I was like, I don't know if this is how I want to live my life. Despite all the challenges, being a UX designer is really rewarding. Seeing your work come to life and seeing people interact with it, find delight in it, making it so easy to use, I'm telling you, it feels pretty good. Now, don't let all these hard parts scare you because discouraging you is not my goal at all. I love meeting more UX designers every single day. It is great to show up to work and actually like what you do. And I love seeing all the new UX talent that comes into this industry. But I really just wanted to show you the other side of UX design because when I was getting into this and switching careers, I was like, oh my God, why is everything so easy? I wanted to see the other side. If you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe to see more content like this one. And if you want to see all the reasons why I love being a UX designer, then watch this video next.